Alright, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market. Now I've posted the Astro hours and the swing days at 5:45 in the morning, and the video is just coming up now, and it's 9:24 here today. Alright, so it's London 7:25. Now gold, let's take a look at gold. Now remember gold, last week we said Thursday swing day, we said Monday swing day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we came all the way down into Thursday, and then the market on Friday bounced up from this level as well. So now we're going to break out to PST as a breakout, nice and easy, okay, which should actually take us afterwards into pushing up. So we should come up into here or into here. So I've got two zones there, right? One is that, and the other one is that, which is actually just fine. So going up to those targets I think is okay, where we can target those and then sell off, because the market's going into a sideways market. So I've got 1, 2, 3 points, which is enough for us to draw a channel, and this is like where the market picked up, which is logical. Okay, that's the market demand bar there. Okay, and if I take the wick of that bar there, which is what we do, that's the range, and as you can see, that's how it panned out. This price I gave to you guys on Friday, remember? Okay, and I said after the news, so we could also go up, so no problem. So as you can see here, we've got also a bit of a sideways market. The market is trading in a range. So what to do if the market comes back down? If the market comes back down, we've got levels here at 40 and 38, which is 2279, 2267, which are going to be below the low of the previous week and the low of previous day, which is there. All right, now this zone is a place, what do I got here? 10 o'clock, which is not a bad spot, and this 9 o'clock is not a bad spot either. So this is one spot. Okay, just need to be careful until 10:30. Just mark that in, make a mental note. Until 10:30, which is this bar here, we could get a sudden push. Also towards lunchtime we could get a sudden push and then find ourselves on this bar here, which is 140. All right, so this 140 is also okay, and from 140 to 245, 250, we've got this zone here. All right, so if the market comes back down into here, this is the first zone. All right, so we have to be careful in this zone. This is the first buy zone, this is the second buy zone. This is not a PST level, so I'm going to get rid of that. The PST levels are down here. As long as we're still in this high and low range, there's nothing much to talk about. We can sell the high, sell this zone into the daily, into here. It'll be like an intraday, I guess. If it breaks above that, though, remember we've got room to go up. Okay, so we've got room to go up. And then we've got that 2,374, 2,390. Okay, but that 2,374 is good because it's a 63 there. It's the 63 there, which is that 2,374, right? 62 odd. The 67, which is above that, is 2,411. Now on the weekly we've got 2,372 here as well. So retest of that is okay for us to sell off. Okay. And on the monthly, that 73 is also 2,336, which is that inside that zone there. All right. So this zone is still feasible, and the reason I said be careful for 10:30 is because the aspect there could like break us out. Okay, so this was an Astro hour. All right, this was an Astro hour, and now these can like kind of push up into there because of those tricky planets coming up until 10:30 and then until 12:45. Okay, so the highs I'm okay to sell at Astro hours here, and if before going up we come down, I'm okay to buy at this zone and at this zone. But if we break below the PST levels, okay, obviously no selling, so you have to be a bit careful here. All right, so buying the low I'm okay with, selling the high I'm okay with. In the middle of nowhere you got to be careful. Okay, but I'm anticipating the market should go up at least into this zone, so buying on a pullback at an Astro hour seems logical to me. Euro dollar, let's take a look. It's a new week. Now last week we said we'd get up into that zone, fine, that's the resistance. Let's take a look on the monthly. We're here as well on the monthly. That's a good buy kiss. All right, on there. So what's the high of that? Pretty much done it, 49.92 to 50.58, 1.0840. Let's 1.0840. Okay, so we could still probably pop up, but this is okay to sell, guys, because of this goodbye kiss, and we are expecting the euro, well, I'm expecting the euro dollar further down in any case. Okay, so that's an impulse wave, so if you want A, B, C down, we should get down into here. All right, so selling it I think is okay. On the euro dollar daily, this is okay, it's a nice place to sell off. Maybe we'll touch the blue, which is the LCL1, and that's 1.08. okay, 1.08, and on the weekly that's nicely on the line there as well, which is 48.0775. so this 0775 is not a bad spot, which the market did. All right, which is pretty much what they did here, just shy of. So if we, if around here Astro hours, it's doable. Let's see. 08, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is there. I've got 10 o'clock, which is right there. If we come down where we're coming into 47, 1.0703, 1.07, is there. All right, so we've got a bit of room to come down into. Now this zone you have to be careful at. Why? Because this is where the market took off. Okay, so the weekly pivot will be a support. If the market comes down into here at an Astro, we might bounce up a little bit. Okay, if we bounce up, heading into the daily in the opening, there are an option. Now we've got to be careful here because they're just too close. Okay, it's a bit of a sandwich zone here. Okay, and this is right in the middle of nowhere. When I say in the middle of nowhere, it's right on the opening and closing. Okay, so we have to be a bit careful until this funny hour goes away, which is until 12:46. So looking at 140 might be a good idea if you're going to trade this. Okay, and also with the euro dollar, today and tomorrow are swing days, so if we pop up a little bit into Astro hours, I'm okay to sell at Astro hours. That 1.08 is there. And that 53 0848, 0848, monthly 0840. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so it's either going to be around that level or the 40-50 level. Alright, 40. 50. Alright, so be a bit careful here. Why? Because it's an Astro hour, and this is an Astro hour, and we're expecting a breakout. This could nicely push up into those zones. If it breaks above the daily pivot, it's already broken above that. If it breaks above the weekly PST, sorry. If it breaks above the weekly PST, then we could head off to that first target. Okay, but I'm happy to sell this at Astro hours at logical places, like I said, on the PST bar here. All right, 0840, also 0870. 0870 is up here. So this heading off to somewhere and then selling off is also okay. And be careful here, because this is the first place it needs to break out off, and if it breaks out of there, okay, we'll at least go into 53, which is 1.0848. okay. SP500. Now with the SP500, it's a new week. Okay, as you can see, this is a really nice push, and we might have a runner here. Okay, so that runner is okay. On the monthly, that's not a bad spot to kind of like get back into the selling. 5198, 5198 is there. Okay, so we might go up a little bit more. Let's take a look at the daily, which is there. 5198 is in that zone. Right, so we could kind of like push into there. It's a bit tricky, and I say it's a bit tricky because I don't have a really good setup here on the weekly, and on the daily it's a breakout which could go on, so I don't want to stand in front of it. What's the pullback? 51, 5,102. 5,102, just bear with me. 5,102 is the pullback. So let's get rid of this. Alright, so we could come back into this zone. This will be a buy spot, and your weekly pivot will be a buy spot as well. If it breaks above this, above the high of New York, which is already kind of broken above, but it hasn't closed above, that's the opening and that's the closing. Crikey. And that's the support at LCL 15132. 5132 is there. Okay, so it looks like we've got room to go up on this one as well. Okay, so we could go into Tuesday, okay, following this breakout here, yes, from Friday. All right, so Friday making a higher high, so the market can push into there, which is fine. So in the New York session, we're going to have a bit of a sudden move from, well, until 440, let's say. If the market dips down for a fast move, 656 might be 656 might be a place where we could enter a trade. So that's 7 o'clock, okay? So, or you're going to have to wait for closing. So wait until the market opens in New York. All right, 140 is also okay for this. If we're up somewhere in the air at 140, that might be an opportunity to kind of like pull back. Okay, but this is not a bad spot to get in. It's an Astro hour. Normally I wouldn't trade this on the early session, like in the morning my time, but this is not a bad spot actually, because the astrologically it's okay. So in London this could like kind of like take off. Okay, if you want to enter here with a tight stop loss just under the low of Asia, it's okay. You can probably cover that, okay, and then push up a little bit until lunchtime, being about 140, which is going to be there. All right. Other than that, though, if you're going to trade it, look out for 440 and 7 o'clock. If the market swings at 7, it should probably keep going in that direction, in the direction of the swing, that is, probably until about 9 or closing, so you can follow that through as well. Now that'll be okay for everything. So let's take a look at Dow Jones, and we'll take a look at NASDAQ and Bitcoin. Now SP 500 Monday, Tuesday, Dow Jones Monday, NASDAQ Monday, Tuesday, they're all on the cards. Okay, so it's a new week, so that week pushed up. Now this has got a bit of room, possibly still to come up into there, 39,260, HCL 139, 608. It's a bit too far out. Let's just check out the monthly. This is May. Yeah, it looks, this still has nicely right on there from last month, and we're picking up from here. So going along with this one is also okay, I think. Yeah. On the daily, we're up here, so this is a sell zone on the daily. So what we could have here, maybe the market will push down, okay, because that's an impulse wave. We've got an A, B, C up. Selling in this zone is okay. See, this is looking a bit better than the others. 59.61. All right, so let's just get rid of that white line there. Okay, and we can get rid of this as well. Now we're in the box. Okay, so we're in our range. Get rid of this as well. So this zone is a retracement zone. You got to look out for 440, like I said, because that's like going to be a bit tricky. But this zone is kind of like okay to make a sale, and that 61 is 38,938. 38,938. So we could kind of like pop into there. If it goes up fast and then comes back in quickly, then it'll go slightly higher, and that high retracement, if it comes to an Astro hour, you can sell that off. Okay. Also that 140 is looking good if it's up here somewhere at 140. Okay, 145 there. In that zone. Okay. Alternatively, that 7 o'clock is also going to be nice. If we're at a low at 7 o'clock, that could be a nice place to go long as well. Okay. And if we're up somewhere at 7, it's also a nice place for the market to turn to sell. So be mindful for that hour. 140 and 7 o'clock, they both look nice. Okay, and that's that. NASDAQ, obviously it's going to be the same kind of thing. Here we are on NASDAQ. Let's turn this into a 15-minute. Here we are. So if we go up first, where can we get up to? That's HCL1, 18074. 18074. So that's one zone. On the monthly, that can still go up on the monthly. I think that's too far out. We'll leave that for the moment. On the daily, we've got a breakout. So this is still a sell zone. So this is a bit tricky here. So I have to pay attention. Now, because NASDAQ's got swing day Monday or Tuesday, it could push higher. Okay, and if it does, just keep our cool. Why? Because this is one zone. Okay. This bar is also a manipulation bar here. Okay, so this is, if I take it body-wise, this zone touching this zone is okay. This was the good bar kiss, remember? Okay, so that's the good bar kiss. That's the bar. Okay, manipulation before the hit down. So AB seeing up here and then selling off is logical. Okay, so this looks better than the others because the other one, remember, SP 500 is also looking like a runner. But this is like, you know, a good breakdown. So this is logical to sell. Okay. The thing is, setup is a bit too far out. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll get a better setup on Wednesday. Okay. I don't see a better setup on Tuesday here. So if Tuesday ends up high, this is Monday. If Monday ends up high, Tuesday closes lower, then also selling off Wednesday is okay, which is a swing day for Dow Jones. So we'll have to be on our mark. So don't rush the stuff. Okay, the indices, don't rush them. Let them get into the zone, and then we'll see how things react from there, because there's no clear daily price there. On the weekly, that's the only clear price there is. Okay, so that's the 18074, which is there. All right, so I will get rid of that. That's your 18074. And that's it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So, oops. So no need to rush it actually on the NASDAQ. Once there's a breakout on the PST, it's best to just chill out when there is no target. If you've got a target you can work on, fine, you know, on the pullback, kind of go in. But otherwise, don't bother. Now, last week, remember, I did say, for Bitcoin, would be say Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So that's the Saturday. Sunday retesting it, okay. And then we had Monday. Where's the Monday? That's the Monday. Okay, so Monday. Market goes down slightly after Tuesday sweeps stops. And then we had Thursday, and that's your Thursday. So going all the way into Saturday. So if you follow that, you should have been okay. And then Saturday, again, swing day. As you can see, the market really hasn't breached that level. Just cleaning stops out. So this is also a place where the market can actually sell off. Okay, 620, what's that? 420. That's your 9 o'clock. And 10 o'clock there. Alright, so just there. So this zone's also okay. The market can retrace from here. Selling from here is okay. Let's take a look at the weekly and the daily. We're on that first target. The other good place is that boulder 57 PST, 65,537. Okay, 65,537 is going to be this zone here. You can see the market sold off from, let's just get rid of these. Okay, now last week I said we could sell off from here. The market did a bit of a sell off and then pushed all the way back up. So that good buy kiss didn't work much. But on the weekly we got a breakout. So this 68.69 is what you have to look out for, which is 65,700, 66,950. $65,700 is there, and then you got the 950. There. Alright, so this might also have a bit of room to push up this Astro hour here. When the 12:46, you know, when the 1 o'clock comes in, you have to be careful because this could be, you know, this could break us out. So that 10:30, 1 o'clock is just going to be a bit important. So be mindful, don't rush into it. Like I said, looking for 140, waiting for that 140 is not a bad idea. You have to rush into the trade, okay, on this one. So weekly first targets are a bit close, okay. Market in a good up move, hasn't really come into a discount zone, but that's aggressive buying at 50%. Okay, aggressive buying at 50%. Normally market will want to see something a bit lower than 50 coming into the discount zone here, which is your manipulation bar there. All right, and if you keep the gap in consideration, it should be in this zone. So the market still has potential to go down, but we won't really know. This is like, you know, aggressive. So once we break out from here as well, don't stand in front of it trying to sell it. Okay, if you want to buy it, you can buy at a good buy kiss. 63 is okay to do that. 62,772. 62,772. Around here, right? It's just there. So if it sweeps the low off yesterday, taps into the weekly, and the market starts to buy, it could go higher into there, because once the PST breaks out, like I said, don't stand in front of it. On the daily, we've got room to go up as well. If it comes back also into 44, which is 61,500, 61,500 is also good. Okay, to go long. So buying here, here, at Astro hours to push up is not a bad idea. Okay, if I just take this a little this way, there's a gap here. Worse if it sells off from here, because that's a swing day, and today's Monday, so Bitcoin, you're gonna have to wait. We're either gonna fall into the swing day on Thursday, or we're gonna push up into it. So it's all right. So I'd sit and wait on my hands for this a little bit. Okay, I would just do that, because I don't want to trade against the breakout, so no selling against the breakout. On the other hand, this is aggressive down. If I get rid of this, you'll see what I mean. That's an impulse wave which broke the levels there. Okay, didn't close below it until here, but that's still aggressive. If I do this, That's why it's pausing there. Okay, it's either going to sell off from there, or it might go up a little bit, but I'd wait for a better PST setup. If you're using the ATAM strategy, don't muck around with it. Just wait for a better setup. Okay, if you want to sell up here, it's not a bad idea. If you want to sell up there, it's not a bad idea, because that's where the push happened. This is where the push happened. This is also a nice spot to sell off at here. All right, so the market stalling here is okay, but I just don't want to go against the PST level. I'm going to get rid of these so we don't get confused, and that'll make it nice and clean. All right, because there's selling going off, and coming further down I think is a better option, because despite the fact that this is a good buy, normally the market will want to see lower than the 50%, but we'll see how things go. Don't sell against that. We'll have to wait for something better to pop up. If you want to buy, I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it if we come down. All right, if we come down, I'm okay to kind of go up, because this is a nice impulse. It caused the breakout, so coming back into this zone to push up is okay. Mind you, there's a gap here. In any case, you're going to have to keep in mind this zone. All right, so at Astro hours, your trading levels zones are going to be around here. Okay, and up here if you're selling, but waiting for a better setup is not a bad idea.